Oh, okay. So I'm live. Um, Sorry I don't have the best background. Could have a way better one, but this is the best device right now. I'm not very happy with the Oscar nominations. I just looked at them, and I'm really disappointed. They could have done a way better job at picking movies. Last year, I feel like they had a better diversity of films. This year, they're taking really the films that came out in like November and December, October. It's just like the fall movies. I feel like they just only have those. And then there's Black Panther. But I feel like they just could have done a way better job at this. I'm not happy with their choices. Now, I bet movies like Vice, The Favorite, Green Book, Black Klansman, I haven't seen them, but I don't really watch Oscar movies, really. But I'm not very happy that that's all they used over and over and over again. I'm like, you could have had so many more movies. And A Quiet Place was only nominated for one Academy Award. That was for sound editing. That's it. There's so many more things that it could have been nominated for, especially Best Actress for Emily Blunt. But it's not considered an Oscar-worthy film or whatever. It is. I consider it to be. It's shot in a very good way. It's just has a very original screenplay. It just works together. It's like one of my favorite movies of the year. No, it may be one of my favorite movies I've seen ever. Probably my like top 100, or not like top 50 or anything. It's not that good. But why did they have to just take all of these different movies and then just repeat them over and over again for the same category? Let's look at a movie like Mission Impossible Fallout. That is definitely not Oscar-worthy material. But was it shot nicely? Did it have good acting and did it have a good story? Production design? I thought that worked fine. Now I wasn't expecting it to get nominated for anything. Probably for the Best Popular Film Award or whatever that is. Which I don't know much about it, but I feel like that's something that would be nominated for that, along with The Quiet Place. But what I'm really disappointed in is how many nominations Black Panther got. Now, I'm not saying Black Panther is a bad movie. It's not. It's a very, very well done movie on an artistic level, a cultural level, but it's not that good. It's not. It's not something I want to see over and over again. It's just kind of just average. It's not all that interesting, not all that exciting. And yeah, it's good on an artistic level, I guess, but it's not on an amazing artistic level. It's just it's just average, I feel like. There's some things about it that make it better than most Marvel films, but for the most part, this is a pretty average movie. This is what we get. It just broke a record. It made history today to be the first superhero film ever of all time to get nominated for Best Picture. Ever. And there's so many more movies that could have been nominated for a superhero film. There's so many superhero movies. Look at a movie like Logan. That was actually something that I would pass off as being like Oscar-worthy material. But Black Panther was not that good. And it didn't deserve all of those nominations. All I'm trying to say is there's so many more movies that could have been nominated. I'm not saying the ones that were necessarily like terrible. Most of it I can't even judge because I haven't even seen most of them. But a movie like First Man, I mean, that only got like a few nominations. I feel like that was a movie that really deserved a lot more, though it didn't have an emotional impact on me at all. It just had great acting from Ryan Gosling mostly. Just a lot of things about it that made it like this is like an Oscar-worthy film. This is like an Oscar bait movie, and most of these movies just were repeated over and over again on the list. I'm like, what other movies are there? You saw it. There's like The Favorite, Vice, Green Book, Black Klansman, Black Panther, If Beale Street Could Talk, Roma, and Stars Born. And those were repeated over and over and over again on the nominations list. Okay, they weren't that great to be on there over and over again. A movie like A Quiet Place deserves to be on there more than once because it was one of the best films I've seen this year. Other movies too, I feel like really just deserved more. I'm glad to see that Mary Poppins Returns got a few for music and production design because I thought that was a well done movie. I never thought of it as Oscar material or anything like that, but overall, I'm just not proud of what they did this year. It's just been repeated movies on this list of nominations is just ridiculous. Bohemian Rhapsody, that's another one. I've looked at what people have said about it. I haven't seen it personally, so I can also once again I can't really judge. But the reviews for that movie are just not that great. People aren't saying much about it that's good. The critics don't really like it, but some of the audience likes. But I'm just saying that most of these are just movies that are very, very artistic, and that's what the Oscars are for. But I look at what the Oscars used to be. You look at movies like Rocky and Forrest Gump, who won Best Picture, but we don't get movies like that anymore. Now we just get movies like The Favorite, A Star Is Born. These are just movies that are just shot very beautifully. Most of them are period pieces. Most of them are just have great acting or it's a great character study, but there's just no emotion behind it, no excitement. You're not really interested or invested in it at all. And I just like to look back at what the Academy Awards used to be. And that was movies like Forrest Gump, Titanic, Rocky, Star Wars. These were all movies that were nominated for things. And now all we're getting is just those movies that are like very, very artistic and beautiful, but they're not really anything that actual people as audience members, me as an audience member, would go watch. It's not one of those things. So I'm just not proud of what the Academy did this year. They could have done way better. A lot of great movies came out this year. I think really deserved it. And action movies, and I mean Infinity War is not like, this is gonna be nominated for Best Actor for Josh Brolin or something. It's not really like that. These are just movies that are just beautiful looking, but they're just not fun. And there's something that a critic can go and watch and be like, I like that and I like that, but they're just people. Normal people just do not enjoy movies like this. Last year, I thought there was like better things that people would go watch. I, Tonya. Also, I did not go ahead and watch that, but it was more of an entertaining movie than something like The Favorite would be. I'm just saying that all I'm trying to say is they could have done a way better job. There's so many more movies out there they could have picked from. They could have had a more diverse list, but all they did was repeat the same things over and over and over and over again. And it was just got repetitive to look at the list. I'm like, ooh, Green Book got nominated. Cool. And there it is again. There it is. Okay, there it is again. And also, like, The Favorite got nominated for 2 awards in the same category. Like, both Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz got nominated for that. And I'm just looking, I'm like, look at so many more movies that came out this year. We've had a lot of great movies this year. I was really surprised by. And I'm just like, you guys could have done way better. That's it. I'm not trying to say that, Marvel films should be nominated more, or this should be nominated more, Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm saying that's not what the Oscars are for. They're for the critics mostly, for something that's just more artistic and beautiful and something a lot more of a masterpiece or something more groundbreaking and mind-blowing, and not something that's just like something that the audience would enjoy. It's all about how new, how original, how interesting it is. And there's been a lot of movies like that this year. It's not just all Marvel and action films and like cheesy romance films. These are the ones that are more interesting, that we're watching as audience members, and we're like, this is fun, this is interesting. All it is I feel like it's just the critics' point of view these days. So really, I'm not all that proud of what they did, and I hope next year they could do better. But there's just so many more movies they could have picked from. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to subscribe. This is just my thoughts on what the nominations turned into, because really, I'm not proud. They could have just done way better than they did. It's Ethan Butler, and I'm out.